Okay, so I think we are live. So let me know down in the comments if you can hear me correctly. You should be able to. I've got my chat up here so I can see. So just let me know if you can hear. That'd be awesome. We'll give it a few more minutes before we get into our topics. But yeah, how's everyone hanging? Hope we're all good. Big event today, Super Bowl going ahead. So yeah, that's going to be interesting. I'm not much of a American football fan myself, but Super Bowl, I'm always interested to see who's going to win that. So yeah, who is it? I think it's the 49ers and the Chiefs, I do believe. Taylor Swift's boyfriend is he with the Chiefs? I do believe. And you know, I don't really follow American football much, but I know that I think the Chiefs are the better team from what I've heard. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see who wins there. To be honest, what I'm most interested about with the Super Bowl is always the movie trailers, because yeah, they're always interesting. It gives you a first look at some of the movies coming out, and I know this is the first look we're going to get at Deadpool 3, so that would be really interesting to see that. Obviously, that's the return of Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. So yeah, I'll be definitely popping to see that at the cinema. That'd be great. How are we all hanging, guys? Still, there's only 2 or 3 people in the chat at the moment, so we'll wait for a few more to come on in. Yeah. So yeah, I've got a few different things on the old itinerary today to talk about. One of the things actually is I might do a video about this actually in the future, in the next week or so, talking about my kind of tentative plan for the channel going forward. Because in my eyes, I've actually seen a little bit of a gap in the Lego sphere, so to speak. That being live streams. I mean, listen, I'm only a small channel. I've only got 3,000 subscribers, but hey, I'm happy with that. I never thought I'd ever get 3,000. So I'm buzzing to have 3,000. But yeah, what I've noticed in the kind of YouTube sphere is that barely anyone does live streams. I know LifeBricks does the occasional live stream. Does M&R do live streams? I've never seen him do a live stream. A couple of brickheads that I've seen, they do live streams every now and then. But not many. Really, not many in the Lego sphere do YouTube live streams, which I find odd. And that's something I feel like I'd like to do more of as a channel, because live streams are a really cool thing where just a load of guys and girls can just get together and just talk about Lego for an hour, whether it's an hour a week, maybe 2 hours a week if I've got the time. But yeah, so that's something I really will try and make an effort with. Trying to do at least an hour. Maybe what I'll try to do is have a set day, and then my regular subscribers will know, right, that is the day we'll be going live, talking about all things Lego. And yeah, I'm sure it will just grow from there. Basically every sphere on YouTube, whether it's talking about movies, sports, you know, there's tons of live streams on that. But when it comes to Lego, and I know Lego is a bit more of a niche thing anyway, but barely anyone does live streams. It's crazy. So that's definitely something I'm going to look to do in the future. So we've got a few more in the chat now. So hello to everyone in the chat. Just let me know down in the chat if you can hear me all okay. We got our first comment, so that's good. You have been able to hear what I'm saying. It's funny, actually. The last week or so, I've been doing a lot of preparation for this stream. As you can see, I've even got a background. So I'm streaming on OBS today. So I've got a few different things that I can talk about, such as the Dungeons and Dragons set. We'll get to that in a bit. Yeah, so I'm just kind of I really want to up my game as a YouTuber. Yeah, so that's one of the things that yeah, we're going to try and aim for. Get the streams better and better, higher quality. Yeah, we'll just. I'm learning. I'm totally learning on the job here. I've not really got a clue what I'm doing. But yeah, hopefully the live streams will just get better and better. Yeah, listen, it's nice to see a couple of guys in the chat. Footy Fin TV and Whiskey 488. He says a couple of brickheads, Brick Hive, Bearded Bricks, all stream weekly. Oh, okay, that's good to know. To be fair, I know a couple of brickheads. I've not heard of Brick Hive or Bearded Bricks. Yeah, I've not actually subscribed to them, but I'll be sure to check them out. I try and follow loads of people in the Lego sphere. I follow people with who've got like 30 subscribers. You know, if they've got good ideas and they're all about the life, they're into their Lego, then yeah, I'll be willing to check them out. Yeah, listen, it's not about numbers at the end of the day. I couldn't really care less how many subscribers someone's got. If they've got interesting content, then, you know, I'm willing to watch. Yeah. But anyway, so we've got a few more in the chat today. So why don't we get into our first topic of today? And that will be the Dungeons and Dragons set. Has anyone seen that? Just been leaked. So let me get that up on the screen. Yeah, so Max Bout, I actually follow him on Instagram. Yeah, good guy, quite reliable. He's leaked a lot of reliable information. Yeah, this Dungeons and Dragons set, which I do believe is it. Oh yeah, Lego Ideas. This is a really cool looking set. I don't know if we've had the price leaked for this Lego set just yet, but yeah, I really like the look of this. I think the dragon looks fantastic. It almost looks a little bit like Smaug, doesn't it? Do you remember from the old Hobbit, the gold mine set? Looks a little bit like that. And you've kind of got a little castle tower, a little kind of tavern at the bottom. Yeah, lots of greenery. Yeah, it's a really good looking set. I don't really know anything about Dungeons and Dragons myself. But yeah, great looking set. I'm just not too sure what the price would be on a set like this. I'd imagine around the $250 mark, maybe $250. But then again, knowing Lego, who knows, it could be $350. There's always that worry, isn't there, that Lego just go a bit crazy with the prices sometimes, which has been seen in the last few years, that is for sure. But yeah, great looking Lego set there. Yeah, let me know down in the comments, what do you all think? Yeah, I'd love to know. Let me know in the comments. I'll just sort out my camera. See, this is going all high tech here. We are going up in the world. There we go. Now you can see me on camera as put myself in a little box. Yeah. Fantastic looking set. Really like it. I might actually have to grab this. Actually, the funny story, at the beginning of the year, so I went a bit crazy with Lego last year. My missus said, like with most things, you know, you always want to be careful with your money. Lego is, after all, a hobby. It's not a necessary expenditure. I've got lots of bills to pay, mortgage, things like that, council tax here in the UK. So I was thinking, I probably need to cap how much I spend on Lego. So I've kind of got a number in mind, so I'm going to try not to go over that. What I do now is I've actually got a bigger number for Lego investing, because that is going to reap far more rewards. But also I do want to spend a bit of money on myself. I work hard, got a decent job, decent-ish anyway. Yeah, so try not to go too crazy. But listen, at the end of the day, Lego have been making some really good sets. Like, I can't deny that. There have been some really good sets being made at the moment. And it's, you know, it's so tempting just to go out and grab a few. You know, you've got Lego sets like Lord of the Rings, the Rivendell set. You know, lots of other sets. You've got Barad-dûr coming out. I'm sure that will be a really good set. Both at like 400 for $50. You know, if you're grabbing both of them, and say you've got a limit of, say, £1,000 on Lego or $1,000 on Lego, you've almost reached it with 2 Lego sets. So you've got to be really careful, otherwise spending on Lego can just get absolutely out of hand. But listen, sorry, we've got a few comments in the chat. So again, thank you to everyone that has joined so far. If you could do me a huge favour, please do hit that like button, because that gets this live stream out to more people, not just my subscribers, but more people that are interested in Lego. And then we're going to have a really nice group of guys and gals here in the chat. So do hit that like button. I'd really appreciate that. So Whiskey488 says, there is an IG page that pushes out a weekly streaming schedule. I'll try to find it. Blaze Dazzle says hello. So yeah, hello to you, my man. And then Whiskey488 says, I think it will look good with the blacksmith and the upcoming village. Yeah, you're right. This Lego set would look really good with them. I think the upcoming village, that's a really good move on Lego's part, because that kind of goes with the blacksmith Lego set, as well as the mountain fortress, and you've got the Lions Knight Castle. All of them sets would just look so good together. You could make a really good kind of medieval city at this point, or a little medieval world if you've got a basement big enough for it, or a spare room big enough for it. Yeah, that'd look really cool. Yeah, so yeah, I think we're about done talking about the Dungeons and Dragons set. So I shall reset my camera. Yep, there we go. Get rid of the Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah, so I thought next I just want to talk about the McLaren Lego set, because I think it looks really cool. I will minimize my face, spare you all having to look at my ugly mug for the whole video. But yeah, I just thought I'd put this one on the screen. This has been leaked. It's a Speed Champion set, the McLaren F1 Formula 1 car. I'm not the biggest fan of Speed Champions, to be honest. Growing up as a kid, I was never into racing or cars or anything like that. I'm more of a football guy or a soccer guy. Movies, that's totally up my avenue. Cars just doesn't really interest me at all. But I have to say, this McLaren F1 set looks really good. It looks very, very good. I'll definitely be grabbing it. I'll probably wait for it to go on offer. I'm not going to be desperate to grab this Lego set, but I will be buying it for sure. Probably when it hits the £15 mark on Amazon, or if Lego do a double VIP points, then yeah, I'll be grabbing this. I do believe the price for this Lego set is $25. I think they said it was $25, £20 in the UK. Yeah, so that's about average, isn't it? That's about the going rate for a Speed Champions Lego set. Yeah, so Mark Thorne says, good looking set. Yep, really agree. I think it looks really cool. The only negative I possibly see with this Lego set is because there's so much printing on it, which is good, but is it stickers? That's my only issue. You know, if you're having to put on like 20, 25 stickers on the set, it's not going to look as good as if it's printed. You know, you can get away with having a few of the sponsorships being printed, but I'd like to think that most of the printing and most of the colours on the Lego set is printed and not stickers. So yeah, that's my only issue with the Lego set, but other than that, it's really good. I think it's a great looking Lego set. Yeah, I think it looks really good. I'll tell you what, quick Q&A. Does anyone recognise the background to my setup at the moment, my live stream? First one to comment gets a gold star. If anyone recognises it, it's kind of given away because you've kind of got half of the names of certain places on the map. That'll probably give it away. But yeah, I just think it is a cool looking background. I think I will use this going ahead. Yeah, Mark Thorne says, personally love all the Speed Champions, always unusual building techniques. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I built. What ones have I built? I think I got one of the Fast and Furious Lego sets, the one with Dom and the 007 one. Um, yeah, the 007 one, the Aston Martin DB5. That is really cool. Best speed champion so far, in my opinion. I think it's a really cool looking one. I've got that on display on my shelf. I also bought tons for investing because listen, there's no way Lego will make more 007 Lego sets. I don't think anyway. The only way they'd make more James Bond sets is if they're going to do more of the classic cars, maybe like Technic or something like that. But in terms of speed champions or just a general play scale set, I think it's a one and done with James Bond. So hopefully you've grabbed the Aston Martin. If you haven't, I do highly recommend it. Listen, it's your money. Get it if you want. Don't get it if you don't want. But it's one of those Lego sets I do think will be, say, $100 within 6 years. So, you know, if you grabbed that at a good deal, maybe £10, you're going to see some really good return on investment there. But yeah, it's a really cool Lego set. So we had 2 comments. Whiskey488 says Game of Thrones. You're wrong. Not Game of Thrones, unfortunately. Mark Thorne got it right. Lord of the Rings. Yeah. Lord of the Rings, you've got the Shire up in the corner, and you can just see Gondor at the bottom. It's a really cool looking map. I absolutely love the Lord of the Rings map. To be fair, Game of Thrones, I like the map of Westeros. I like that. The whole, the continent, you've got the Trident, Dawn, lots of cool places, but nothing in terms of fantasy will ever top Lord of the Rings. It just won't, unfortunately. Whiskey88 says, duh, I just saw the Shire. Yeah. yeah. So you just saw that. That spider guy said, I'm in retail now and we can't even pre-order Lego DC anymore. It's so dead. Right. That spider guy, thank you. You've just reminded me of one of the topics. I don't know why it had left my mind because I even put it as the title for this stream. Lego DC is absolutely dead now. I mean, I've never seen a franchise just die so quickly. Maybe Doctor Who, in terms of what they did with the series. That's absolutely dead now. But yeah, Lego DC, man alive, what have they done? There's that funny meme, isn't there? Look what they did to my boy, the Godfather meme. They've just butchered it. It's really sad to see what they've done to Lego DC. All they ever do now is just generic Batmobile sets. Not even that good looking. It's not even like we had. I'd have liked to have seen another Batfleck Batmobile or an Arkham Knight Batmobile. You've got such good source material. The amount of source material you have for DC, it's insane. You've got like Injustice, Kingdom Come. There are so many good Lego sets you could make off of the classic comics and graphic novels. Yeah, just it's really sad to see what they've done, and we're kind of in. It's a really bad cycle now because they're putting out extremely bad Lego sets. No one is buying those Lego sets to the point where they're probably thinking in their marketing, hey, no one likes Lego DC anymore. When that's not the case at all, is it? People love DC, people love Lego. I would be happy to spend lots of money on Lego DC. I absolutely adore the Dark Knight franchise. It's my favourite movie of all time, yet they insist on barely making any sets for that franchise, probably because they think it's for too much of an older audience. But I just think that's really short-sighted because, I mean, in my opinion, the Batman Tumbler set, the Scarecrow Showdown, that sold pretty well. It was, what was it retailing for? Was it £40 in the UK? Maybe $45? And that was out of stock quite a lot, sorry. Yeah, so, but what do you guys think? Do you think DC's dead in terms of Lego DC? Because I don't see things getting much better. Lego Marvel, they're just about hanging on in there, but again, like we had with all the latest leaks that came out of the upcoming Marvel sets. There wasn't really any that stood out to me. We're at a point now where they're just rehashing the same old Lego sets. Another Milano Lego set from Guardians of the Galaxy, Rocket's Warbird. We've had these Lego sets before. The amount of source material they have at their disposal, if they had anyone half competent at the Lego group, all they've got to do is literally talk to a few hardcore nerds from YouTube. And there are some really good ones out there that know their stuff. They know what's popular. All you've got to do as the Lego company, talk to them and then see what you can adapt from, say, those popular storylines and turn it into Lego. It's really not that simple. But Lego just don't want to do that. They just want to give us the same old Lego sets, jump up the price every time. Every time they, recreate a Lego set, you got an extra $5 on it for nothing extra. We seem to be going back. We're getting less minifigures, less of a build or a ship for more money, which is absolutely nuts. And yes, I guess that there's inflation that's affecting everyone. Cry me a river, Lego. They are recording record-breaking profits year on year, although we've not had the numbers for 2023 yet. But I'd imagine they're still pretty good. I don't think they will be as good as 2022. I could be wrong. But yeah, let me know in the comments. Do you think that they're going to make as much money? I don't personally. That Spider Guy says, I'm in retail now and we can't even pre-order Lego DC anymore. It's so... Oh, sorry, I read that one. Yeah, thanks for that comment. The Batcave was downright depressing. What one? I don't think any were particularly good. The one from the movie was very lackluster. Again, there wasn't much from that movie that would be fun to adapt. The Batmobile was good, don't get me wrong, and I guess that you could have, they did the Catwoman and Batman motorcycles. But if you're referring to the Batcave, the one that was the big box, the shadow box, it's a funny one. I like the design when it's fully opened up. I think the Batcave does look quite cool, but having it in a box, I didn't really get the idea behind it. And then asking £350, no, I don't think many people are going to pay that, to be honest, when you've got better Lego sets out there for around the same price. Mark Thorne said, never bought a DC set. Only set I'd like to get is the classic Batmobile from a few years ago. Blaze Dazzle says, I used to collect DC sets back in 2016. Yeah, I mean, the 2016 era was pretty good. The classic Batmobile set, yeah, that was good. The idea, the concept behind it was quite good, how it's kind of like a little display set, wasn't it? You kind of had a little stand for it with the printed sticker, the printed tile. I think you're referring to the Batman, the 60s Batman, if I'm right. Yeah, decent set. But I really loved the Scarecrow Showdown. It sold really well. From what I gather, it sold very well. Decent price. Maybe a little bit on the expensive side, I guess, for £40 it was in the... Was it £40? No, 35 actually. So actually that's not too bad, I don't think, for quite a fun Lego set. Came with two unique minifigures, that being the Scarecrow and the Dark Knight Batman. Yeah, but again, that's a franchise. They should have done a lot more of it. There's nothing more popular in the whole of DC that has been released in 20 years than the Dark Knight franchise. So if you're creative at Lego and you're in charge of the DC section, the DC portion, why are you not looking to that franchise and saying, hey, are there any scenes we can adapt? How can we get the Joker into a cheaper Lego set? Maybe a $50 Lego set, maybe a $100 Lego set. The Joker versus Batman Final Showdown at the end of Dark Knight. How can we adapt that into a Lego set? It can be done, people will spend money on that Lego set because that film, that franchise is so beloved. Honestly, sometimes I feel like Lego just put me in an offer. I will come and work for you for not that much money. Well, actually, I shouldn't say that. I'd like a bit more money. But I think I know what kind of Lego sets would appeal to people. I'm the kind of average Joe. I'm not an absolute crazy fanatic of DC or Marvel. But I know what people like. I can just tell the market research is out there. The Dark Knight sets, they do sell well. You know, it's not even things that are that complicated. You just go into a store and you get a feel for what is selling well. You know, I always ask the employees at my Lego store when I'm at the checkout buying a Lego set. I just say, hey, what's popular at the moment? And they will always tell you that, like, they're probably bored out of their brains, that they're happy to have a conversation, give you that free market research, whether it's for your investing. Yeah, that's what you should be doing, especially if you're an investor. That's what I like to do. You know, you can use that market research to give you a bit of a front leg up as to what Lego sets are selling well. And then, yeah, that's something I do anyway when I go to the store. That Spider Guy says, my favourite DC set is the Batmobile. I collect all the PlayScale ones. Oh, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I mean, that's quite a fun thing to collect, really, isn't it? Because you're not going to have to spend too much money. If you're just paying for the PlayScale ones, they tend to be $50 and under. So, yeah, that's a good idea. If you're paying a bit more for, like, the UCS Dark Knight Tumbler or the Technic sets, then they are a bit more money. Yeah, so I wanted to talk to you guys today. I don't know if anyone in my chat is interested in investing in Lego sets, or if you're just a casual fan, we can have this conversation. I'm going to minimise myself a little bit. Get rid of... Oh, no, that's me. Where are we? Get rid of the McLaren. And talk about the Disney Villains Icon set. This one hasn't been out for too long. It came out, was it the summer of last year? Let me know in the comments if I'm right or if I'm wrong. I believe it came out the summer of last year. It's already down to retire in December of this year. Now, obviously, things can change very quickly when it comes to Lego sets that are retiring. It could easily retire in 2025. But I really like the look of this Lego set as an investment and just as a set. I've not bought it yet. So let me know. Has anyone in the chat got this Lego set yet? I like the look of it. I'm thinking of putting the trigger on it. Very unique. Kind of all the build is making it look like books, and all the books are related to the 4 minifigures, the 4 Disney characters that are on screen or in the set. Yeah, it's a really cool looking Lego set. I do like the look of it. Yeah, what do we all think? Good Lego set or bad Lego set? I need to learn actually how to do a poll in the chat. Yeah, maybe next video or next live stream I do, I'll start doing some polls. Yeah, that'd be fun. Yeah, so just want to welcome everyone back to the live stream. If you're new here, if you've just joined, hit that like button. That'll really help get this stream out. Please, yeah, if I could ask you just to hit that like button on your screen. Just pushes the live stream and this video out there for more of my subscribers to see it, because we all know what YouTube's like when it comes to giving notifications when someone goes live. They just don't do it. It's very rare you ever get a notification for a live stream, even when you've got notifications on, which is a shame. Yeah, Mark Thorne says, I'll be waiting for a sale or good gift with purchase. Yeah. Is this Lego set, is it exclusive to the Lego store? I need to do more research on it. I couldn't find it under retail value. So that kind of hints that maybe it is exclusive to the Lego store. Oh, Lindsay Newkirk, welcome to the chat. This Disney set is by far one of the favourites that I own. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I've seen some of what it looks like when it's like properly built. I've seen some photos. It does look really good, and it appeals to quite a wide audience, whether you're an older Disney fan or a younger Disney fan. It's a really cool looking set. Am I right in thinking it's got kind of lots of compartments where you can put the minifigures into their respective cassette or book? I think that's quite cool. Yeah, it's a really ingenious Lego set, really unique, and it's a Lego set I can imagine will be quite expensive once it retires. I mean, like I just said, it's already holding its own in terms of value. I've not seen it under retail yet. I could be wrong. Let me know in the chat if you've seen it or bought it on sale. But yeah, when I looked for it online, yeah, I couldn't find it under the retail, which I do believe is 130. Is it 130 in the UK? Oh, Mark Thorne just says not exclusive. Oh, okay. Yeah, that probably makes sense. So maybe it's just a really popular Lego set. But yeah, I've not seen it under retail yet at all. So yeah, that's interesting. Okay, right. So next topic for discussion. Is anyone a fan of buying Bricklink Lego sets? So you probably know where I'm going with this. It is. I need to sort out my OBS so that it looks decent. So let's get rid of Disney. And then put the Fortress on. Yeah, Mountain Fortress. What do we think to this one, guys? This one sold out, didn't it, within minutes? And people were even finding it on eBay for £1,000. One sold for £1,000 on eBay. Or was it $1,000? Sorry, $1,000. Now that is insane. It's a fantastic looking Lego set. I really like the look of this Lego set. Just going to have a quick drink. Oh man, I do a lot of talking here, don't I? I need to get more co-hosts on, don't I? So I don't have to do all the talking for a whole hour. I'm an introvert, so I'm not used to doing all this talking. But yeah, man, Mountain Fortress. This Lego set should be coming out. Well, it's out, isn't it? The orders will start going out soon. Because this won the contest on Bricklink, where people put in all their concepts. And I love the look of this Lego set. It is really cool. It may even beat out the Lion's Knight, possibly. The Lion's Knight castle. Yeah, it's a great looking Lego set. $380 in the US. €340, which actually, that's quite cheap, isn't it? So in terms, it doesn't have the pounds listed here, but I'd imagine this will be about £320. Yeah, I didn't actually get the look of the back on here. I should have done a bit more preparation for this stream and got more of the photos to show you guys. But yeah, it's great looking around the back as well. You've got little dungeons and yeah, it's really cool. I love what they did with the little I forget the name for it now. The gate, the little black gate looks very imposing. And the notes for this from the designer was actually they're trying to build a little bit of lore, saying that the knights that are in this faction are at war with the Lion's Knights, because they want you to buy both sets, so then you can build up your armies and then have little castle battles. Yeah, it's a cool looking Lego set though. What do you guys think? Do you think this is better than the Lion's Knight set? Let me know. If you're in the chat, just type whatever one you think is better. Lion's Knight, Lion Knight's Castle, or the Mountain Fortress. I'd love to know. I personally think the Mountain Fortress might just edge it. I think what wins it for me is the different colour scheme. It's nice that they went away from always having the green. Usually the Lego castles always had a bit of green on them. I guess it kind of goes with the whole medieval theme and the feel of the Lego set. But I really like the whites for the snow on top of the building. You can see there's snow on the kind of, is it meant to be a little bit of a thatched roof there on the building. Yeah, really cool. Decent looking Lego set, I have to say. Oh, Lindsay Newkirk says, my husband says the interior really lackluster compared to the Lion's Night Castle. Oh, okay, fair enough. That's your opinion. I guess the Lion's Night Castle, is it a little bit bigger than this one? It might be. But I didn't mind the interior for this set. I personally, yeah, you're right. Maybe the Lion's Night interior is a little bit better, a bit more detailed with more space. But I just like the concept of this Lego set. They've just tried to do something a little bit different, the designer, putting it in kind of a different place. Yeah, Whiskey 488 says, I like this better. Yeah, I'm probably inclined to agree with you on this. Yeah. So I think we've talked about that enough, haven't we? The Mountain Fortress. Do you guys, are you going to be grabbing this set? I mean, is it out of stock? It might be out of stock now. Yeah, good set though. Although it's still so fishy that Lego bought Bricklink. I'm not sure. You know, there's a lot of fishy business going on with that for sure. That'd be like Nike buying basically all of the second-hand market for those that like to resell Nike shoes. You know, they just want a firm grip on the market, don't they? So a little bit fishy there, in my opinion. Okay, so let me put myself back. Main screen. There we go. Yeah, I'm learning on the job here, guys, so it's not always the most professional here when I'm sorting out my screen for you guys. But yeah, listen, we're making improvements. It's better than the last stream where you were just staring at me. At least I've got a bit of a background and I can put some photos up for you guys now. So yeah, we're making waves here. We're making waves. We're getting there. So one of the final things I wanted to talk about was the Jaws set. I mentioned it last time in my last live stream, a little bit anyway. Still no photos for the Jaws leaks. Still no leaked photos for the Jaws set, which is, I do believe, I think it's an ideas set. It's either an ideas set or an icon set. It's one or the other. It's rumoured to come in at $140. Funnily enough, I'm actually one of the only YouTubers that has talked about the Lego Jaws set, which is nuts. And like those two videos did really well for me. They just kept on, having tons of views. I mean, don't get me wrong, not as many views as like M&R or Life Bricks, but for my little channel, I was quite happy with how it did. Yeah, I can't explain, guys, how much I'm looking forward to that Lego set. I know at the beginning of the stream I said I've set a certain amount of money in my head for certain Lego sets, and that is one of the Lego sets. Jaws is one of my favourite movies. It's easily in my top 5, so I can't wait to grab this Lego set. Yeah, it's going to be really cool. I'll go through the leaks with you guys again. Everyone in the chat. I really appreciate you joining the live stream. If you've not already, hit the like button, although I'm pretty sure most of you have, so big thank you. Thank you to everyone for joining. So yeah, the leaks that I know so far is that it's rumoured to come in at about $150, $140. That could go up. It could go up, but it won't be any more than $200. That is for sure. Won't be any more than $200. And the article where the Lego designer, so the designer who's designing this specific Lego set, has said that he's basing the design of the set off of the final act of the movie where the shark is jumping out of the water onto the boat to devour Quint and Brody. That's what he said. I mean, I don't know how that would work, because at that point in the movie, probably slight spoilers for anyone who hasn't seen Jaws, but hey, you've had like 50 years to watch that movie, or 40 years, so you've had enough time. But Hooper's in the cage, isn't he? And the way they're going to do it is it's going to be a display set similar to the Jurassic Park set, the T-Rex breakout set. It's going to be like that. So it's going to be an older 18 plus adult set. Basically everything will be brick built. The Bruce the shark will be brick built. You're going to have the orca. It's going to be a really cool looking Lego set, but I'm still not 100% sure. He did say he's going to try design it with the shark jumping onto the boat, but I'm not sure how that would work with Hooper in the cage, because if you're doing the way I imagine they'll design it is it will be a flat diorama base similar to the Star Wars dioramas. The shark will be jumping out of the base of the diorama, so how would they do the cage underneath that? Not really possible, is it? So it could just be a case of they'll have a somewhat smallish version of the orca with all three of the characters still being able to fit in it. So it's got to be a somewhat decent size. You'll have the little the crew section, where the phone is and where the shark bursts through the glass to try and eat Brody towards the end of the movie. So it's interesting, but I can't wait for that Lego set, guys. It's so exciting. Mark Thorne says, I'll be getting the Jaws set on day one of release. Yep, I'm absolutely with you. I don't think I'll be able to wait for any kind of sale or discount. I'll just be praying that they've got a double VIP points at that time. I think you're right. I think it's got to be a day one purchase, hasn't it? It's just one of those sets where... And the funny thing is, it will all be, or 99% of it will be an older audience going to grab that set. It's all going to be like 30, 40 years and upwards going to line up for that Lego set. So that'll be funny, because the day that I go grab that set and I'm in line, it'll be funny. It'll just be full of old guys, won't it? Or maybe older women. It will be really funny. Whiskey 488 says we're going to need a bigger boat. Yeah, you're right. Hopefully it's a decent sized boat for the set. I hope they don't skimp on it. I'd rather it be a bit more on the expensive side than pricing it towards the $100 mark, because for $100 you're not going to get that many bricks. Excited to see what they do with that. And I'll tell you what, I just filmed a video because I went to my local Lego store. Sorry, I'm kind of changing the subject a little bit here, but I went to my local Lego store, bought a few Lego sets for myself and for investing. And one of the Lego sets I bought was the Sandman versus Spider-Man set, the one that was released a few weeks ago. Or was it January the 1st? It might have been January the 1st. But yeah, I still had some of my Christmas tips left over from work. And I thought, I can't be bothered to wait for the sale. I didn't have much self-restraint. So I bought it. I've built it. I've added it to the Spider-Man No Way Home battle. So I'll tell you what, I'm just going to quickly get it. It's right behind my camera. So I'll grab that for you right now. And see, you guys can judge for yourself what you think. Do you think it's going to be, is it too messy? Does it not look good in terms of display wise? Judge for yourself. I'll quickly grab it. So here it is, guys. I don't know if you can see that right. I've kind of displayed it as best as I could with all the minifigures on it. I put Green Goblin on his hovercraft, his glider. You've got Sandman there. You can see him there. All the Spider-Men. I put Doctor Strange coming out of a portal. The portal was actually meant for Lizard, but I thought Doctor Strange, it looked better with him on it. So yeah, you got Dr. Octavius. The Lizard is there somewhere. There he is, up there. I don't know if you can see that. The Lizard fighting 2 Spider-Man. I put one of the big webs on Spider-Man himself. I hid, where is it? MJ and Ned. They're around the side, looking unusually happy for all the carnage that's going on around them. So yeah, that video will be out soon where I talk about buying that Lego set. It's actually a vlog. I had the balls to go into the Lego store with my camera and film a little bit. It's always hard. It's like, I love the idea of vlogging. I want to do a lot more Lego vlogging. But when you go into like a store and it's just full of people and people are looking at you like you've got something written on your forehead, because they're looking at you like, why are you filming like just the store and all the shelves? But I like to do it, so I plucked up the courage to do that. So the vlog, I do believe, will be out Tuesday, because this live stream will be uploaded either tonight or Monday. The vlog will go out Tuesday. So yeah, you'll see that. You'll see my other Lego sets that I bought as an investment. I'll give you a clue. You might be able to guess in the comments. Have a guess. What Brickhead set do you think I bought for an investment? I bought 2 Brickhead sets. Let me know down in the comments, what 2 Brickhead sets do you think I bought as an investment for this year? So that's kind of a hint. Both of these Brickhead sets are retiring this year. So let me know down in the comments, what Brickhead sets are they? Okay, I'll read a few more comments. Tyler K says, I'm just sitting here waiting patiently for the Eye of Sauron tower. Lego has definitely demonstrated they know how to make some impressive towers. Tyler K also says, I would also not mind seeing a UCS Hobbit hole. Yeah, the Sauron Tower, obviously, we're getting Barad-dûr. So that will look quite cool, I think. Again, it's rumored to come in at about $450. And if it's anything like how good they designed Rivendell, I think we'll be in for a good set. Getting the first Sauron minifigure is fantastic. I can't wait for that. Whether I buy the Lego set or not, because basically with my money situation this year, don't get me wrong, nothing drastic has happened, but I'm just being careful with money, it will be one or the other, and I think it takes a lot to beat the Rivendell set, personally. I don't think the Eye of Sauron Tower, the Barad-dûr set, will be as good as Rivendell. Could be wrong, but I don't think it will. So whether or not I buy the Eye of Sauron Tower, I'll still probably buy the Sauron minifigure on eBay. Because I've just really, you've got to grab the Sauron minifigure. That is a minifigure that just won't be remade. There'll be, although Lego could be scummy and do what they did with the Rex minifigure, where they said, hey, buy the UCS Venator, this comes with a special Rex minifigure. And then, lo and behold, we get the leaks that later this year we're getting the Rex Microfighter, which, I'm happy about because I didn't get the UCS Venator, but I feel really sorry for anyone who did get the UCS Venator and now, thinking they've got this fantastic, really expensive Lego minifigure on their hands, and now they've been totally undersold, and everyone else is going to be able to grab that same minifigure for like $13. Yeah, crazy in my eyes, but so hopefully they don't do that with Sauron. DM says, hey, what do you think of the 25th anniversary sets? Day one for you? No, I don't think they are, actually. The Tantive 5 set is okay. I think people are overhyping that one a little bit. I will probably buy it. Probably. I say that. There's other really good Lego sets out this year. I I'll definitely pick up. Listen, even if I don't buy it this year or even next year, because let's be honest, there's nothing special about that set other than the Echo minifigure. So I'd be more inclined to go out and just buy the Echo minifigure second hand for my clone army. The other 25th anniversary sets, what did we have leaked? The R2D2, the buildable R2D2. Again, that's nothing special. The Malak minifigure was good. You'll have to jog my memory. Am I missing any others? Have we had any others leaked yet? I don't think we've had any photos for any other 25th anniversary sets, have we? Yeah, the Death Star one sounds interesting. I don't know if you guys have followed what's going on with the 25th anniversary Death Star set. So that was rumoured. The price for that has changed so much. At first I heard it was $120, then it changed to $80, and now it's like $160, $170. So, pardon me. So yeah, it was originally rumoured to be a what's it called? Where they discuss all their tactics, like a chamber where Darth Vader strangles one of the Imperial officers, where they're all gathered around the table, that kind of thing. It was rumoured to be that at first. But now, what I saw, and this was thanks to Jedi Bricks, he was the one that leaked it, I do believe, or is who I saw it from, is it's meant to be some kind of play-scale Death Star set. So I don't know if it's going to be just a really small Death Star, still round like some of the other Death Stars we've had, but just with smaller compartments. But yeah, it's interesting because that Lego set is meant to come with was it 10 or 11 minifigures? It might, or maybe 9 minifigures. And that wasn't even included the Cal Kestis minifigure. So yeah, that one really does pique my interest, the Death Star set. Yeah. Going back to the Brickheads discussion, one of you got it right. Oh, actually, no, 2 of you did. So DM said Sonic, and then he said Tails. So Sonic. I went for Sonic. I will probably grab a few Tails, but maybe for the Tails one, I'll probably wait to the end of the year when it goes on discount, because Lego tend to put a lot of their Brickhead sets on like a 20% discount, 30, sometimes 30% at the end of the year. So, but yeah, I'll be picking up quite a few Sonics throughout the year. Lindsay Newkirk says Gandalf and Balrog. They didn't have that one in stock, I don't think. Or did they? Maybe they did, but I've already got tons of the Gandalf and Balrog Brickhead sets. So it was actually, you're right in terms of Lord of the Rings. It was a Lord of the Rings Brickhead. So I went for the Frodo and Gollum set because it's cheaper. It's £13.50 here in the UK. Yeah, people like Frodo. Gollum's obviously one of the main characters of Lord of the Rings. I think in terms of investing, I think the weakest of the 3 will be Aragorn and I want to say Toriel. No, it's not Toriel. Aragorn and oh man, my memory's terrible today. I forgot. His Aragorn's wife, the elf woman. Oh, that's really bugging me. It's really bugging me. I've literally just watched the trilogy. I watched the trilogy over Christmas, the extended version. So like 12 hours worth of Lord of the Rings, and I still can't think of her name. That's really bugging me. Someone help me out in the chat, because this is good. I'm going to be up awake at night if I don't get this. But anyway, the Aragorn set is the weakest, in my opinion. The strongest being the Gandalf and Balrog, and somewhere in the middle will be the Frodo and Gollum. That's just my guess anyway. I think there's a bit of a gap between... Oh, thank you, Arwen. Arwen. Lindsay Newkirk, thank you. Oh my goodness. I was thinking of L'Oreal, Toriel. L'Oreal, there's like a hair brand, isn't it, for women? L'Oreal. I'm going crazy. Yeah. Arwen, thank you. Yeah, I don't know. I've lost my train of thought. Arwen just absolutely killed me there. But yeah, so yeah, I think we've covered about just about everything for today that I wanted to talk about. We talked about the Dungeons and Dragons leak. I'll tell you what, I'll put that on the screen one more time for anyone who hasn't already seen it. That was what was leaked. I do believe it was leaked yesterday. So what do you guys think to that? Because I know we've got a few in the chat that have just joined. I personally think it's a really good looking set. The dragon kind of reminds me a bit of Smaug from the old Lord of the old Hobbit set. Yeah, good. I don't think we have a price confirmed on it yet. I don't think we do. I didn't click on the link, to be fair. Again, I probably should have done a bit more research and preparation for this stream. But either way, I think it will be between, I think, $200 and $250. Looking at the rough size of the build and kind of guessing the piece count of this Lego set, I think we're probably looking at about $200 to $250. But yeah, I really like the look of this set. And it goes really well, doesn't it, with the Mountain Fortress and the Lion's Knight Lego set. We've got the not the Viking Village. Is it the Viking Village or the Medieval Village? Coming out later this year. That was just leaked. Again, another really good Lego set, kind of going with the whole medieval theme. Lego seem to be really leaning into that at the moment. And yeah, I think it's becoming quite popular. And once you start buying one, I feel like you're going to want to buy the other. Yeah, they're trying to entice us, aren't they? And they're doing a good job. This Dungeons and Dragons set looks really, really good. One of the things Lego has got really right over the last 10 years or so was the introduction of Lego Ideas. I think Lego Ideas is easily one of the best themes that they've made in recent memory. I just really like the concept of it, the Lego Ideas and Lego Icons. I don't really know much. Is there much of a difference between the two? Because both of them always kind of do one and done Lego sets where it's like a famous franchise or even like a not so popular franchise, but you know, Lego are gonna release a one set and that'll be it. Such as the they did like a Queer Eye set, the Friends apartment, the Office Lego set. Yeah, just lots of really good sets. You even had, was it a BTS set? So they're quite niche in a sense of some of the franchises that they pick. Although I do feel like we really got robbed of the Shrek ideas. I don't know if you guys heard about that, but that actually went quite far in the competition, and we was very, very close to getting a Shrek swamp. And I feel like that one should have got submitted. It should have got accepted. I think that one would sell very well. Me and my missus actually just watched Shrek 2, and it's easily one of the best ever animated movies of all time. It's so rewatchable, Shrek 2, and Shrek 1's good, but Shrek 2 is easily the GOAT of the series. But yeah, just imagine how good a Shrek swamp set would be. You know, price it at the kind of low $100 mark. It would sell so well. I'll tell you what, actually, there's another Lego set I wanted to talk about, and that is, so I'll sort out my screen again on OBS. That was the Snow White Lego set. What do we think to that? The Snow White Lego set. Make myself a little bit smaller. There we go. Yeah, so this one we had leaked a few days ago. I think it's a really cool looking Lego set. The only thing that was a little bit disappointing was it's got an open back. I didn't get a photo of the back, but yeah, if you guys have seen the leak about the photo of what it looks like at the back, I don't think it would have looked better, in my opinion, had they tried to do a kind of somewhat modular build with it, where it's 2 floors and you can easily take apart, take off the thatched roof and the first floor to access the interior. Whereas with this, they've kind of gone for, it's none of that. It's all properly built. You're not going to be able to take off the roof or anything to get on the inside. You simply would just turn it around and it's an open back. You play around with it. But I guess maybe they're kind of thinking, I guess young ones can play with it. But then again, I'm sure I saw it was an 18 plus set. So the maths ain't really maths in, the math ain't math in there, should I say. Poor English. Jesse Newkirk says Snow White day one investment winner. You're probably right there. I think it's a really good looking set. The only negative was that open back, but it's only a small gripe. I mean, I'm probably being a bit of a perfectionist there, but it's a really good looking set. If you've got that on display, you've got all the 7 Dwarfs, Snow White. It's really good. I really like the look of it. Yeah, I think it's good. Mark Thorne says, I'll be buying as many as I can when it comes close to retirement. I'm guessing you're referring to the Snow White. Sorry, because the chat is sometimes like a minute or two behind. But yeah, if you're referring to the Snow White Lego set, once you've given this a few months, or, say a few years, I guess this probably will be out for 2 to 3 years. 3 years would be my guess, because I think it will sell quite well. And Lego will probably keep it on sale for quite a while. So towards the end of the 3 years, you're going to get some really good deals on this set, I imagine. Yeah, I can only see it being a winner as an investment. Yeah, Jesse Newkirk says, would like it better with a closed back. Yeah, I think you're right. I think it would look better with a closed back, but to be honest, in the scheme of things, it's not the end of the world, because I guess if you're going for a closed back and making it more of a modular kind of build like what I would suggest, that's going to probably bump the price up by $50 or so, maybe more. So things like that will have to be considered by the Lego group, those designing it. Yeah, but for the price, I don't think it's too bad. Yeah, so that's all I've got to say on that. But yeah, as a Lego set, I think it looks good. My missus may even try to persuade me to buy this Lego set, so that will be more of my allocation gone for this year. Damn, there's just some good Lego sets out this year, isn't there? There really is. Everyone, like in the chat, my guy said he's waiting for the Eye of Sauron Tower. I think a lot of us are. I think that's the Lego set that a lot of people will be looking to for their big purchase of the year. I think last year was probably the Venator. Most people probably held on to a large chunk of their money waiting for that Lego set to come out. But for this year, I think the big Lego set that takes the cake is the Eye of Sauron Tower, the Barad-dûr set. I think if it's half decent, it will sell really well. I really do. It's going to go well. Should I say, it will contrast well with the Rivendell set. For anyone who's already bought that, they're going to go out and buy the Barad-dûr set. I think that's a given. Mark Thorne also says Snow White will go well with the medieval theme. Yeah, again, it's another Lego set like the Dungeons and Dragons set that goes with the medieval theme. I'll tell you what, one thing actually we talked about last live stream was possible Game of Thrones Lego sets. Wouldn't it be funny if Lego actually did Game of Thrones Lego sets? And you don't have to make them like R-rated or anything. You could just do, how would you even do an R-rated Lego set? I mean, I guess it could be done if you're sick in the head. But yeah, it could be done. You could have like the Battle of the Trident. I mean, how are you going to do blood and guts and that? You can't really do that with Lego, can you? I mean, but then again, Game of Thrones Lego sets, I don't think they would sell that well. It's a very niche audience compared to like a Lord of the Rings theme. Again, that's something I talked about last stream. Lego absolutely need to make a new Lord of the Rings theme their top priority. They're not putting any effort into the Marvel or DC theme now. So if I was them, I would go all in on Lord of the Rings. We're at the 20-year mark of the Lord of the Rings movies. And they do generally say, the kind of pop culture commentators, that when you hit 20 years of a franchise where the franchise has been kind of put on ice, so to speak, that's the golden kind of time frame for re-releasing products, movies, so and so. This is the perfect time for a Lord of the Rings movie, which is what we're getting at the end of the year. May I remind everyone, we are getting that animated Lord of the Rings. What was it? Not the Ride of the Rohirrim. The War of the Rohirrim is the movie we're going to be getting at the end of the year in December. So my question is, will Lego release Lego sets for that? I would like to hope so, but I personally don't think they will, because the story they're basing that movie off it's going to be hard to adapt, I think, into Lego. You've not got any of the mainstay characters that we know and love, like Frodo, Aragorn, Gandalf. So I did make a video saying that it would be the perfect time to release Lord of the Rings set, and I stand by that. I think making Lord of the Rings sets probably for, like, say, January the 1st of 2025 is the best opportunity that they have. It's the perfect time to release Lord of the Rings sets. People are you can tell people are absolutely craving Lego Lord of the Rings sets at the moment, to the point where we've got so little that we're all begging for like a $450 Lego set, which is nuts. And it's a shame, because not everyone has that kind of money. I don't have that money, to be paying out that a few times a year, maybe once a year. How many $450 Lego sets can you afford in a year? Not many people could afford one or more. So in that regards, it's a real shame that Lego, in terms of the Lord of the Rings theme, only have released really expensive sets such as the Rivendell set and then the Barad-dûr set, and then all we've got as kind of scraps is the Brickhead set, which all three are retiring at the end of the year. So that's something Lego need to remedy. Like I said, Lego, give me a call. I'll tell you what scenes need to be adapted properly. So I'll tell you what, the last thing we will talk about, because I can tell in the comments that people are liking the Lord of the Rings chat, which proves my point. But so if I was working at Lego and I had to design a new wave of Lego sets, funnily enough, I actually had this idea for a video. I was going to talk about a new wave that I would design. Jesse Newkirk, you just nailed one of them. I would do 2 Lord of the Rings battle packs, both priced at $20, because, not that I'd want it to be $20, but that's the going rate for a battle pack. Battle pack number 1 would be Gondorian soldiers. Battle pack number 2 would be the Orc and Uruk-hai army, or maybe Orc and Goblin army. And what I would do is I'd release one massive $650 Minas Tirith Lego set, kind of play scale-ish, play scale-ish. So it would be big enough. That's a Lego set. It's a Minas Tirith people love Minas Tirith. It's one of the most popular locations in Lord of the Rings. It's such a unique look. People wouldn't want to skimp on that. So I wouldn't make it like a $150 set. This would be a $650 set. And then to complement that set, because it would probably come with, say, 11 minifigures, to complement that set, I would have those 2 battle packs which you could integrate into the set. So you could build up the Gondorian army to line across the walls of Minas Tirith. You could build up your Orc and Goblin army to be attacking Minas Tirith like in Return of the King. That's what I'd do. So that's 3 of the Lego sets right there. Would be 2 battle packs, a kind of play scale Minas Tirith priced at $650. And then I'd probably do maybe Lothlorien. I think that's a location we never had, and that is a beautiful location. You could probably price that at, say, $100. Maybe have just like 1 or 2 trees with loads of greenery, like dark greenery, to kind of give off the kind of a bit of a dark nighty element. So yeah, Lothlorien, featuring like Galadriel and her husband. What's her husband's name? I forget the name of him now. And then some of the Fellowship, and then a few elves. So Lothlorien would be another one. And then, Mark Thorne says a Grond battering ram. Yeah, you could do a Grond battering ram, say like a $50 Lego set that again complements the Minas Tirith set. That's something I feel like Lego should be doing a lot more of. Similar with what they did with this set, how they combined when you combine 2 sets into one. Both sets are good sets on their own right and can be used and displayed and played with in their own right. But with a little bit of tweaking, you can build it into one fantastic set that just complements itself. And how good would that be if Lego released a Lord of the Rings theme that altogether you could put together and just build up this amazing scene? Minas Tirith, $650, a Grond $50 or $40 set with loads of the other orcs, 2 battle packs, and then maybe you could even have one of the Oliphants, $100 Oliphant, a big one, with Legolas and like 1 Rohan soldier and on horseback, and you could just build up this massive scene. That's what I would be doing if I was Lego. I really would. And I don't know why Lego don't. It's, I guess, a lot of planning, and maybe rights is an issue. Maybe they just don't have the rights to the movie. No, that can't be right, because they're making Rivendell and Barad-dûr. So it's just frustrating, isn't it? The ideas are there. All us fans were like, money on the table, whether we're not buying the whole theme. Maybe we can't, not everyone can afford to buy a $650 Minas Tirith set, but people would go out and buy multiples of the battle packs. They'd be buying a Grond set, they might buy the Oliphant set, with the Haradrim riding them. Yeah, that's what I would be doing. You know what, I've actually enjoyed this section so much, I probably will clip it up and put it on my YouTube channel, because I want everyone to see this. I want this to get out there, because I do genuinely think that it's a really good idea. Jesse Newkirk says, I love the idea of expansion sets in general. Yeah, you're right. I think it's the way Lego should go. The whole idea is building, isn't it? Why not build towards creating a big set, a big theme, where you can just keep on building, keep on buying to your heart's content. You don't have to buy everything, but just enough so you can create this massive scene to display or play with. That is the way forward that I think Lego should go. So yeah, I think we'll leave it there, guys, for the stream. Thank you so much to everyone that's joined and participated. William Johnson, I missed a few of your comments. Even though we all want Lord of the Rings at that time, there were wildly clearances, so there is something about the economics of it we may not understand, and that's when they had movies to support them. Yeah, I don't know if I agree with that. I still think Lego Lord of the Rings is selling really well at the moment, my dude. The Brickhead sets, when I went in December, every single one of them was out of stock, which was nuts. So I don't agree with that. I think if they released a Lego Lord of the Rings theme right now, it would do very well. Despite the economic pressures that everyone is under at the moment, people can find the money for Lego Star Wars sets and other sets such as that. You know, I think they will find it for Lord of the Rings because there is such a desire for it. Danny Ryan says, hello minifigs and everyone in the chat. Hi Danny, thank you for joining. Unfortunately, this is the end of the stream now, but like I was saying, there's not many live streamers that talk about Lego. There's a few, and I want to be counted as one of them. So once I'm a bit more settled into a routine, I think we may try have a set day and a set time that suits both my UK viewers, my European viewers, and those in the US. I do believe this is an okay time for those in the US. It's only like, is it midday for them? For a lot of them, maybe like early afternoon. So yeah, we'll see what it's like going ahead. But I love live streaming. I love talking to everyone in the chat. I try and read all the comments. Sometimes I go off on a bit of a spiel. But yeah, I love talking and, you know, reading all your chats and just engaging with the audience. To me, that's what YouTube is about. That's why I started this channel. And yeah, loving the journey so far. But listen, guys, thank you to everyone that has joined so far. Yeah, thank you for watching. And I'll see you on the next video. And it shouldn't be too long until I stream again.